ready to make this one in 10 minutes or less. And we'll do the inside and the envelope. Join me in the craft room and I'll show you how. For our card today, I'm going to be using Swirly Bird, specifically this stamp out of it. I am also using the Soft Sayings card kit, and I'm using the Just a Note out of it. That's the kit. I'm using some gold sequins, and I'm going to put those up there while I do the rest of it. I need a scrap of Whisper White, a piece of Whisper White that's, well, you need 2 pieces. That's 4 by 5 1/4. I need a piece of basic black, and it's about 3/4 of an inch long, and I've just used a strip because I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and then I'll cut it off. I have my envelope. My card base is Crumb Cake, and it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. I'm using the Mayflowers framelits, specifically the leaf. Excuse me, I'm using the Swirly Scribbles thinlits, and I have used the small one and the middle one. I have some gold embossing powder. I've got my Versamark, my Berry Burst ink, my Saffron ink, and my embossing buddy. So let's do the embossing first. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some embossing powder on this. And that's so that I don't get any, oh, I had a stray sequin. Embossing powder on, embossing powder where I don't want it, because the oils from your hands get on there and it sticks. The oils from your hands will cause the powder to stick. So I'm going to ink this up, and I'm going to stamp it. Oh, I should have had this open, but I don't. Good thing it stays. Hope it was inked up enough. Yeah, there it is. I couldn't see it the other way. I can see it now. All right, and now I'm going to add my embossing powder. I'm going to add it again. I always add one, and then I add it again so that I make sure everything gets covered. All right, let me go emboss this. Now that I've got that embossed, I'm going to set that aside. All right, I was wrong. You don't need the Berry Burst ink. You need Berry Burst cardstock. So I'm going to cut out one of each of these from here, and I'm going to cut out 2 of these. Now that we've got our pieces cut out, I want to cut off the edges, or these little leaves that stick out. So I'm just going to go around and cut them off. It's not hard to do. It just takes And what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue on the back of this and glue these down on here. right, there. I'm going to let those dry. And on here, I'm going to create the front, start the front of my card. And my just a note is going to go down here. But I need to trim this end, so I'm going to cut off just a little bit. I don't need all that extra. So I've cut that off, and I know I'm not going to need all that, but I'm going to wait. All right. Now that this is set, what I'm going to take and do is I'm going to go around the outside edge, leaving just a slight border. So I have my two. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to attach my leaves to the back of this one using a glue dot. And let's see, I'll put that one there. And that one down there. And then this is going to go on with dimensionals right about there. So let me get my dimensionals and put my dimensionals on the back. This one I'm going to put on with glue dots. It will give it a little bit of dimension, but not a lot. I'm kind of planning where I'm going to put my pieces. I need to move this up a little, because I want this right about there. Oops, I might have to go that way with it. Up some. This one will be underneath, and over here I need a yellow one. So I'm going to take my Saffron, and this just kind of gives me an idea of where to place the yellow one. So that's why I did it that way. All right, I've got that done. Now I'm going to take, and I'm going to cut this off so that I can put this down. And again, I'm going to do some looking at placement, although I've got the one down there, so that's pretty good. All right. So this is going to go right about there. And I'm going to put my one with glue dots on next. Actually, before I put that on, I'll take the backings off. I'm going to put it on my card base. Reason being is once you get those dimensionals on, it's hard to glue it down good. So I'm taking my Crumb Cake card base, and I'm going to attach this to the crumb cake. Stick it down. Now I can do this one. And I'm going to put it right about there. I'm watching that corner so that it doesn't go over. And then this one I said I was going to use glue dots, so I'm going to stick some glue dots on the back of it. And I'm going to put it up underneath of here, like so that the yellow one peeks out, and I have that. And now I need my sequins. I'm just going to put them all on here, and then I'll take them off. And my card is done. Okay, so I want one here. Let me get rid of some of this. It's in my way. one here, and one out here. Oops, that one slid a little. Move it over. And then I'm going to take and put one here and one here. And there we go. Quick and easy and simple. And I did the inside in the envelope. I hope I've inspired you today. If I have, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to share my video. Have a great day. The next thing I want to do is I want to take my scrap paper and I'm going to use Berry Burst, and I want to stamp, nope, don't need that. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to take my Saffron and I'm going to stamp, well, that's still not right. Daggone it all.